Good evening, everyone, and a very, very warm welcome to all of you. You've left all your other work and you have come here, and that is commendable. And thank you so much. And I will make sure that these 2 hours are well worth it. And are you excited? If you are excited, then type I am IAE. I am excited in the chat box. IAE. How many of you think you can be financially independent? Type me if you think you can be financially independent. Type me in the chat box. Superb. Yes, you can be financially independent, ladies. You can. Yes, each one of you. And thank you for that. Superb. Thank you for that lovely class participation. And let's begin. Are you ready? So can you all say yes? Or put it in the chat box. Yes, you are ready to be financially independent. Thank you, lovely ladies, and thank you for joining in today. I am super, super excited to hold this masterclass today on yes, you can be financially independent. I'd love for you to participate and put your whatever you have in the chat box. And at sometimes when we talk, maybe you can unmute yourself also and speak. So let's begin. First of all, like I said, it's a Sunday evening. I know you could have all been somewhere else, but you've decided to be here. And I really, really thank you for that. So the first thing we're going to cover in the masterclass today is 3 golden nuggets that I'll be sharing with you, which are covered under my signature SLIM framework. I will also be covering 3 common money myths that you need to break away from if you want to be financially independent. The third thing is you learn how to grow your money, and you will also get some practical steps to attract abundance. Does that excite you? Can you say, what should you say? Okay, E for excite, only an E. Can I just get an E? Does it excite you? Is this something which is exciting all of you? Yes, superb. So let's continue. If at any time you can't hear me, please let me know. Or so what do I need from you? I only need 2 hours of your committed time without distraction. It'll be awesome if you can have a pen and paper with you, and if we can have the questions in the end. Also, one more thing, if I can have all of you to switch on your cameras, that really, it's a little difficult for me to talk to a blank screen. Would love for all of you to show me your lovely faces. Thank you. Yeah, so if you can, nobody is looking at you, nobody is judging you. The only idea is it's just nice to be there in front of your screen. So thank you so much for all of you who have switched on your cameras, listening to me. So if I have your permission, if you give me a thumbs up and you give me your permission, I'll talk a little bit about myself. So yes, I am Meeta Gupta. I'm the founder of Moolah for Women. I'm a financial life coach, and my mission is to financially empower women and break them from their deep social conditioning that finance is not for women. I have over 30 years of experience in the field of finance, and 2 years back, I left my corporate job and I started Moolah for Women. Moolah has already impacted over 1,000 women till now from across the globe, and we've hosted a number of webinars and workshops for corporates and various women-centric organizations. So to tell you a little bit about my background story, I come from, I won't say that I was born in Delhi, but yes, I've lived all my young childhood years in Delhi, and my parents are educated parents, like a lot of other parents. I also lived in a middle class family, and my parents always believed that as girl, and I have a sister, and they always believed that their daughters should study. And so yes, we studied. I did my MBA in finance, and I got a corporate job. And then, like all girls, we all have this desire to get married, and so I got married too. And then again, a deep social conditioning which impacted me too, like every other woman, where I said that, okay, I was in a finance job, I understood finance, but I thought finance was the house finance was to be taken care of by men. And the thing was that my husband, a lovely human being, but he was a non-finance person. He's a marketing person and he's a science graduate. So he was never exposed to the world of finance. And so with him taking charge of finances, I could see in a number of occasions that he was not optimally taking charge of the family finances. But every time we used to start, I used to intervene in the middle and say that, oh, this is something which you could do better. We used to have a tremendous fight. And so I continued to and the other thing what he was is because he didn't understand finance, he never used to save. So while I continued to save, for all my working, for all my 25, 30 years, I've always worked in jobs. So I used to save my money and he used to spend his money, and he used to take care of the family finances and he used to do everything in regards to, the house expenditure. Cut to about some years back when my daughter wanted to go to the US and my husband shifted to Dubai. Soon after my daughter went to the US, my husband asked me that, why don't you leave your job and you come to Dubai because we can manage everything. And soon after I left my job in India and I came to Dubai, and he very soon lost his job. And now this was the situation where my husband has lost his job. My daughter is in the US. She needs to study. She has her, she's in New York. So there are so many expenses. And then I come to know that he has also taken a loan, a very big loan. And this was a very, very scary situation for all of us, where the expenditures were huge. There were hardly any. My husband hadn't saved anything and all my savings were there. And at that time, I realized, of course, long story short, I pulled him out at that point in time. I took charge of the finances. We saw all the loan through. My daughter went through her education. Everything got sorted, all because I had saved all my life and had put my money in investments. It was at that time I realized that if a person like me who knows everything about finance and is in charge of her money can go through such a financial crisis in her own house, how about women who have no idea about what their husbands are doing or how the family is where the money is, or has no access to finances or financial knowledge? And that is something which kind of left a deep impact on me. And that was the beginning of Moolah for Women. So yes, ladies, Moolah was born as a part of my own struggles and the fact that I realized that I need to empower women to financially take charge of themselves. And we cannot depend on our men to start taking charge of our finances. Financial knowledge is a life skill, and that's big. For that reason, I want every woman to understand. And at Moolah, my mission is to make finance really simple, fun, accessible, and jargon-free, so that women are not intimidated by finance. They don't think that, oh, it's something it's got so much of maths, it's something so difficult, it's full of jargons, it's not my job. So you think about any questions that you have, and that's where Moolah comes to say that no, you will not have any fear of finance if you come the Moolah way. Yeah, so that was my little introduction. I thank you for giving me space to talk about myself. And so let's go ahead. Should we go ahead? Are you all ready? Superb. So let's begin. So what my finance, a very, very short introduction about my program. I have a finance essential course, which I offer on WhatsApp. It's just a 2-minute read a day. It's what I call a vitamin pill. And with just 2 minutes of read every day, you will learn every aspect of finance from the comforts of your home without disturbing your daily routines, and you will start taking charge of your finances. We will talk about this much towards the end of the presentation, but for now, yes, and I have a special gift for all of you ladies if you stay till the very end, and that's an ebook which gives you 10 steps for you to achieve your financial independence. Now, does that excite you? Yes. Can you give me a yes if this ebook excites you to say this 10 steps to your financial independence? Yes, thank you, ladies. So yes, are you ready to be financially free the way you always wanted to be? I have a short video to show all of you. It's a 3-minute video. And after that, we will continue. So please look around for what this video is all about.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for coming to help us conduct this experiment today.
We were of different ages. We were made to stand in a line.
Now I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. If your answer is a yes, step forward. If it's a no, please step back. Here goes. Ready? Did you learn how to ride a bicycle before the age of 10? Did you learn music in school? Did you take any lessons in sports? And no, video games are not a sport, even if it has the word game in it. Did you learn how to iron your clothes while still in school? Take a step forward. If not, take a step back. If you can make tea or breakfast, not just for yourselves, please step forward. If not, take a step back.
In the beginning, I think the questions were more general. People were still going forward and backward. Questions like, it was funny to see the cooking question. There were a lot of men who went ahead and there were women who were going behind.
Do you usually make all the household bill payments yourself? Do you know the circle rate in your area? Do you know the price of gold today? Do you know the exact breakup of your salary?
As the questions unfolded, the stark difference came out visibly.
Do you know the details of the financial documents you're asked to sign? Have you bought a vehicle in your own name without consulting anybody? Have you bought insurance policies unassisted? Do you watch or follow the budget?
You think you're doing okay, but then you're like, okay, these are kind of important things that I don't look at.
Do you manage your own finances and earnings unassisted? Do you know how to invest in mutual funds? Do you know the difference between a mutual fund and an SIP? Do you make the investments for your family members or your spouse? Do you file your own income tax return? Now everyone who's in front, could you please turn around and look behind you? Initially when you guys started moving, there wasn't such a big gap. My question is, when did this gap start to occur?
The minute the questions became about managing money, the gap between men and women became very clear and evident.
Women handling certain responsibilities regarding their own life, which were always passed on to someone else in the family or the men.
There was a slight unfairness I realized at that time. But at that point, it seemed normal.
I was upset. I wanted to be at the front of the line. It's like, why don't I know this? Why am I not confident enough to say, yes, I am able to understand this?
It was quite an eye-opener for me because I always depended on the men of the family to take care of my investments and, plan my future.
I felt that obviously men are more into it than women. So eventually I did expect the gap to be there.
Over the years growing up, there were certain very traditionally masculine tropes that were assigned for him and certain traditionally feminine tropes that were assigned for me.
For women, it's practically debarred to learn to know and to focus on money.
I wish I had known from the beginning of my childhood and kind of thought about that I would be doing so much better.
Just actionable measures is what we want, really.
How do you feel? Maybe some of you can unmute yourself and talk about how do you feel. Would anybody raise your hands? And if anybody wants to speak, please say how would you feel. Anyone? No feelings?
Hi.
Yeah. Yes, Priyanka.
Hi. So we saw this video in our last session together. So and I said that time as well we had a conversation about it. It made me feel very sad And I feel similar to a lot of women who were saying, expressing that these are things that you should know about. And it's sad that we don't.
Yeah, totally. Thank you for those thoughts. Yes, Ulka, what would you want to say?
Yeah, I had seen this video earlier and I could relate with it that, becoming aware, I become more aware that about, my financial literacy. That is what I felt. Thanks.
Super. Thank you so much. So yes, ladies, let's continue. So the first myth that a lot of women harbor is that women are not good at managing money. Do you think women are good at managing money or not? What are your thoughts? Do you think, say good if you think we are good at managing money, and say not good in your chat box if you think we're not good at managing. What are your thoughts? That's okay. Okay. Some good. Superb. I'm so glad then all of you think that this is not a myth, and that's super awesome. I am really excited for that. Yes, it's true that women save more than men in proportion to what they earn. Women also perform better in their investments. The third thing is that women manage their budgets more efficiently, right? We all manage our our home budgets, and I'm sure we're all very, very efficient in managing our home budgets, and that women take lesser debts. So statistically, it is shown that women take much lesser debts. And of course, the case in point was my own house, where my husband had actually taken a huge loan without even my knowing about it. So what then is the missing piece? What do you think is the missing piece? Anyone, if you can put it in the chat box, what do you think is the missing piece? Why then, if women are good at managing money, what is the missing piece? Come on, put some thoughts on the chat box. Okay, knowledge. What else? What else do you think is the reason for why women? Confidence and control. Okay, investment knowledge, mindset. Yes. The mindset, you are right. The mindset, the first biggest missing piece is the mindset. The mindset of I can. Women have to start giving themselves permission. Give yourself permission that you can. Gain the knowledge and tools. Only once you give yourself the permission will you start gaining knowledge and tools. So that's the very first step. First, giving yourself permission, then gaining knowledge and tools. And the third, very, very important thing, ladies, is to be responsible for yourself. We kind of give our threads of our lives to our husbands, to our fathers, to then our sons as we grow older, and to whoever. We have to we have to be the master of our own selves, if I can say it so. Yeah, let's not be the puppets who somebody else has the strings to manage, because that is the exact missing piece. I take some examples about all these women who have actually risen from their own acumen. And what do they say? Financial independence, Priyanka says financial independence is paramount. My mom always says that when a woman is financially independent, she has the ability to live life on her own terms. Right? We're not dependent. We don't have power games being played with us. We don't feel vulnerable. So yes, she says that it doesn't matter whose wife, daughter, sister you are. It really is irrespective of that. You just need to be financially independent. And then there is Deepika, who is one of the highest paying actresses. What does she say? She says she makes each of her rupee count. I mean, she has plenty of money, right? But it's not about what you earn. It's about how you use your money. So she makes each of her rupee count. She uses discipline and professionalism that she displays in her acting career. The same is reflected in her money management style. So just because she's an actor doesn't mean that, you know, she's not managing her money. So it's not because if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're an income tax professional or something, or whatever, you don't know how to manage your money. Whether you're a designer or anything, you need to learn how to manage your money. And of course, one very important thing which her parents taught her was to live within her means. Yes, so which is again a very, very important thing, to live within your means. The next myth that we have, ladies, is that we need a lot of money to start investing. And tell me if how many of you agree to this myth. So say me if you agree that we need a lot of money to start investing. Who says that we need a lot of money? Say me, and otherwise say not me. Either say me or say not me. Okay, some people think that not me. Okay, some people think it's not me and some people think it's me. So let's break this myth. Yes, ladies, savings. Every little saving counts. Every little saving. We've all heard the story of the crow and the pitcher, right? As kids, this is one of the Aesop fable stories that we've all heard. And here, what is it? The crow wants to have the water. The water is your wealth. All he does is keeps on putting one pebble at a time. And as he puts the pebble, the water comes up. Here, ladies, the pebbles are your savings. Every little saving, every little pebble made the water come up. So it's even the smallest of savings counts. Yeah, the next story is again an Aesop fable of the hare and the tortoise. What does this teach you? That it teaches you consistency, discipline, right? Who knows the story of the hare and the tortoise? Maybe somebody can just unmute themselves and tell everybody the story, very short, story of the hare and the tortoise. What are your thoughts? Yes, who wants to unmute yourself? Please unmute yourself and share the story of the hare and the tortoise.
Hello, yeah. There's a race between a tortoise and a hare, and the tortoise moves very slowly, but he keeps moving throughout, and he keeps inching towards the finish line. The hare sees the tortoise behind him, and he's much behind him, and he says, "Let me go in for a nap. I will, he's much behind me. I can quickly take a nap and then also I will win." So he goes and takes a nap, and the tortoise keeps moving forward consistently and slowly, and the hare is taking a nap, and the tortoise reaches the finish line, and by the time the hare wakes up from his nap, the tortoise has crossed the finish line and won the race.
Absolutely. Ladies, this is, as kids, thank you so much, Devna, for that. Thank you so much for giving in such a short, way the story. So thanks for that. Yes, ladies, I mean, so many times we've heard stories as kids, but what happens is we probably don't pay much attention to what they're trying to tell us. Our savings are something, if we continue to save with discipline and consistently, we will see that with time, our money will grow. And so you do not need a lot of money to start your investment journey. The third myth is it is bad to take a loan. How many of you think it's bad to take a loan? Just say me or not me again in the chat box. If you think taking a loan is bad, say me. If you think taking a loan is not bad, say not me. Okay. Superb. Okay, so some of you think that, so maybe, okay, I will continue with it. So as people say it's not me, so people think that it's good to take a loan. Sure enough. So ladies, the fact is that there are two types of loans. There is a good loan and a bad loan. Any idea what's the difference between a good loan and a bad loan? Anybody wants to say what's the difference between a good loan and a bad loan? Before I tell you. Unmute yourself if you want to tell the difference between a good loan and a bad loan. It's always good to think and, you know, make your, there's no right or wrong. So yeah, just go for it. What's a good loan and what's a bad loan? Any thoughts? Okay. Good loan is what with a low premium and lesser number of years. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Thank you so much. And that's a good attempt. Stay with those thoughts while I tell you the answer. Yeah, Priyanka. Yes, you want to say Priyanka, please unmute yourself. Go ahead.
You've already given the answer, but yeah, something that is required and hedged is what I was thinking effectively that you can manage.
Right. So your good loans are home loans, like your home loans, your education loans, your business loans, or any kind of loans that are needed to build your assets. And what is a bad loan? A bad loan, bad loans are loans like your personal loans, your credit card loans, and your loans for consumption. Okay, anything that you take, any kind of loan that you take for consumption purposes, which is not building your assets, which is not building your long-term assets, are all loans which can be categorized as bad loans. You know, so taking loans is not bad. If you want to start a business or you want to do something good, even Walt Disney, you know, borrowed a camera, and a loan doesn't mean to be financial, just money. Loan can be even in terms of borrowing some skill or borrowing some equipment. And Walt Disney, before he started, even borrowed a camera. So believe me, ladies, it's that first, sometimes it just gives you a kickstart. It just gives you a kickstart to have a loan. And we are going to talk a little more as we go along. So yes, with those 3 myths, I now come to my signature framework, which is the SLIM method. Any idea, any thoughts on what is SLIM an acronym for? Why don't you put it in the chat box? What do you think S is, L is, I and M is? Just start putting in the chat box. Maybe just put an S. So first thing we'll talk about is an S. What is S? What do you think is S? Smart, okay? What do you saving? What else? Strong, lovely. What else? What else? What else? Think. No clue. Okay. Strength. Superb. I love all these answers because those are all so true, right? But for okay, so let's go. I'm not going to even tell the remaining right now. First, okay, perfect. Let's go to the L. What are your thoughts on the L? What are the thoughts on the L? What is L? Life. Superb. What else? Loan. What else? Any other thoughts on L? Life, loan. Okay. Any other thoughts? Okay, we start with I. What is I? What do you think I is? Income. What more? What else? Any other thoughts on I? Investment. Okay, superb. What is M? Management. Okay, what else? Moolah. Incidentally, who knows what moolah means? Does anybody know what moolah means? Money. Superb. Thank you for that. Yes. So we are all the moolah women, right? We're all wanting to be the moolah women. Superb. So yes, M is, lots of people are saying money, but okay, we will wait for it to happen. Okay, I am not revealing any secrets right now. We're going to go step by step. So thank you for those lovely answers and let's begin. So yes, the first part of the SLIM method is savings. Okay, that's the very first circle. And to put it very simply, savings is income minus expenses. It's as simple as that. So what do you need to do to save? You need to increase your income, or you need to reduce your expenses, or you need to do both. Agree? So you need to either increase your income or reduce your expenses or do both, right? And remember, ladies, that every drop fills the ocean. So it's extremely important to control your expenses. Any thoughts on how expenses can be controlled? share some thoughts on the chat of what do you think, let's put it that way. What do you think you can control in terms of your expenses? Buy less, superb. What else? Plan, superb. What else? How can you control your expenses? How can you fill your ocean drop by drop? Any other thoughts? Spend smart. Superb, superb. I think you ladies are already have started thinking like, yes, being mindful. Like every drop fills the ocean, every leak can empty it too. Now think about what are the leaks that you can stop. Can you think of any leaks that you can stop? What are the leaks that you can stop from happening to increase your savings? Put it in the chat box. What are the leaks you think? One example, maybe just one example of what do you think is a leak? Keeping money in the bank, impulsive shopping. Yes, impulsive shopping is the biggest leak. Yes, we go about impulsive shopping all the time. And yes, so the other thing we said was, remember we said saving is in income minus expenses. So we just talked about expenses. We said we will control our expenses to increase our income, to increase our savings, but we can at the same time also increase our income. And believe you me, ladies, pursuing your passion while you earn is the most beautiful way of earning. So if you can begin today using your skills, whether it's your baking, teaching, yoga, art, craft, cooking, whatever you like, use it to increase your income. So this is the biggest secret for becoming rich, ladies. If you see this, what do you see in this diagram? Any thoughts? What do you see in this diagram? Can somebody unmute themselves to say what do they see in this
diagram? That there is a class of people who live salary to salary.
Can you go a little louder? Can you be a little louder, Priyanka?
There is a set of people who, is it better now?
Yeah.
There's a set of people who live perhaps salary to salary where the expenses matches what the inflow is. And it's difficult for them to move ahead in, from perspective of how rich they are. But if you reduce your expenses substantially in comparison to your income and increase your savings and investment, you become rich.
Yes, it's as simple as that, right? So income is something which if you spend every bit of your income, then how will you become rich? The only way to become rich is to increase your savings, increase your investments, and reduce your expenses. Let's see the next. And this is no rocket science. Again, who's going to now tell me what is this diagram telling you? Yes, let's hear it from somebody else. Who's telling us this time? What is this diagram telling you? Anyone, please, who's ready to unmute themselves? Come on, ladies, let's have some action.
In the middle class, as the income is growing, the expenses are growing equally. So income and expenses are growing equally. So there's that is the middle class. The people who are rich, as income is growing, but the expenses are minimal and at a constant.
Superb. And thank you so much for that. And yes, and that's the reason people become rich. People who are able to, we all, as we grow through our life, our income increases, right? It goes through a period of time where we develop our skills and our income is increasing. And then as our income increases, we want a new iPhone, we need a new car, we need a bigger house, bigger car, better clothes, right? Now we want to buy a designer bag. Now we want to buy a designer sunglasses, or, so we continuously increase our expenses in proportion to our income. And as our income increases, we keep increasing our expenses. But if we keep increasing our expenses, how will we gather the wealth? And so people who are rich are people whose income keeps going up with time, but the expenses do not go up in that same proportion. This is, ladies, the biggest secret of being rich, that your income cannot, your expenses cannot rise in proportion to your income. Now, how many of you think this is an aha moment for you? Do you think this is something which, made you realize something which you're doing you're doing differently and you should do differently? If it's a moment which you kind of, got an aha moment here, then say type aha in the chat box. Do you think, or we all know about it? Do we all know about this? I'm so glad if you do. But if this is something which is an aha moment for you, then do type that, because your expenses minus your income is what is going to make you rich. Superb, superb, perfect. So people know it, then that's perfect. So let's go to the next one. Superb, ladies. Let's continue. So are you all with me till now? Can you say with me before I go to the next one? And I want everyone to show their participation. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Okay, so yes, the next part of the first one, before I go to the next one. So what was S? What was S? What was S?
Savings.
S? Yes,
Savings.
S was saving. Now we come to L. L is loan. Right? We'll now again talk very quickly and go a little more details into a good loan and a bad loan with an example. Let me first show you an example of a good loan. When are loans good? Let's see an example. So let's take a home loan. And if you don't understand, you can stop me midway and I can repeat it. Okay. At any point, if you feel that, please feel free to ask me a question. So yes, let's assume that in the year 2000, the price of a property was rupees 15 lakhs. Okay. And because you wanted to buy this property, so you said, okay, let me take a loan. But when you have to take a loan, 20% is the down payment or the money that you have to bring in that investment. So 20% of 15 lakhs is 3 lakhs. And that's the amount of money that you brought to first, right? And then you took a loan, a home loan of 80%, which is 80% of 15 lakhs is 12 lakhs. Okay. So the interest on the home loan was 7% per annum. That means every year the loan, whatever the loan amount is, you are going to be paying 7% on that. And assume that you took the loan of these 12 lakhs for 20 years. Are you all with me till now? Okay, let's go. So remember, I'm going to repeat it once more. 15 lakhs was the property value. 20% was our own contribution, which is 3 lakhs. 80% was, which is equal to 12 lakhs, which is the home loan. And it was at 7% and we took it for 20 years. Let's go to the next page. So what happens at the end of 20 years? At the end of 20 years, how much did we take the loan? Can you write it in the chat box? How much was the loan that we took? Who's going to write it in the chat box? How much was the loan that we took? 12, yes. So we took a loan of 12 lakhs and at the end of 20 years, we paid 20.3 lakhs. What's the difference between the 12 lakhs and the 20.3 lakhs? Why have we paid more? Can you write it in the chat box? Why have we paid more? Interest, right. So because of the interest, the 12 lakh loans became 20.3 lakhs. So in 20 years, we paid 20.3 lakhs. Okay. In the meanwhile, the value of the property by 2022 went up to 45 lakhs. So how much was the price of the property when we bought it in 2000? Can anybody put it in the chat box? How much was the price of the property? What was the price of the property? 15. Remember 15. Can I go back? See, 15. Price of the property is 15. Yes. And now let's assume the price of the property in 22 years, and that's how real estate works. The prices go up with time. With over 20 years, prices go up a good amount of time. And so the value of the property now becomes 45 lakhs. Now, what is it? 45 lakhs is the value of the property. 20.3 lakhs is what you've paid to the bank, right? And 3 lakhs is what you had made the down payment. we made the down payment 20% of 3 lakhs. So our outgo total was 20 plus 3, 23.3 lakhs. So we've made a profit of 22.7 lakhs by keeping the house and buying a home and taking a loan on it. Assume further that if you for 22 years had put the house on rent of 30,000 rupees per year, which is what a 15 lakh property would generally give you, with that rate, you would have additionally got 6.6 lakhs. So overall, you would have made a profit of 22.7 lakhs plus 6.6 lakhs equal to 29.3 lakhs. So you actually, by taking a loan, you didn't have money at that time, right? If you'd not invested in property and if you'd not taken a loan at that time, you would have not been able to make this kind of money 20 years later. So by being wise at a earlier age and in the year 2000, because you took a loan and you were able to pay back everything on time and you were disciplined and you were consistent and you were able to manage your loan very nicely, you were not only able to pay back the loan fully, but now have a property which is worth 45 lakhs and actually made a profit. Any questions on this? Any questions? Please feel free. If otherwise, I will continue. Okay. Okay, sure. So I feel everybody's got it, right? Can you write a got it if you all got it on the chat box? Then I'll take you through the next bit.
Hello, I have a question. This
Yes,
property
please.
you are assuming for the 22 years, it was already constructed, but it might be under...
So let's not get into details right now, Devna, because obviously this is not a real estate discussion, but the fact is that yes, I would assume that a property constructed, and as you go through Moolah or something, we will talk a lot more on real estate investments. But for now, assume that this was a property which was constructed and which was a ready to move in property, and that's why you could even put it on rent from the very first day. Yeah. So when are loans bad? Let's take an example of a credit card loan. Now assume you have a credit card and the limit of the credit card is 1 lakh rupees. And you say, okay, now I have a credit card. Let me go to a mall and then we start shopping. We buy our bags and we buy our purses and we buy our groceries and we buy some nice dresses and we spend it all on that credit card. And we have spent the entire 1 lakh. Now, how many of you know that interest rates on credit cards are as high as 40% and per annum and more? Say me if you know it. Who knows it that the interest rates on credit cards are extremely high? Perfect. Okay, some of you didn't know it, right? Interest rates on credit cards. First of all, know, ladies, that credit card is not your money. Okay, it is borrowed money. When you shop on a credit card, it is not your money. And the interest rates on these credit cards are extremely high. So when you have made this, you've gone and spent rupees 1 lakh on your credit card. And when your statement comes at the end of the month and the statement will say minimum payment 5%. Okay, so you pay 5% of 1 lakh is 5,000 rupees. So you pay that much and you say that, okay, I'm done. And the next month again, you pay 5% of what is remaining and you next month again pay 5% of what is remaining. On the balance amount, whatever, the 95% which is remaining, the credit card company will charge you 40% per annum. Okay, so if you do not pay your entire credit card bill on the due date, then you will be charged on the balance amount an interest of over 40% per annum, which means at the end of 10 years, you would have paid 2.48 lakhs on your credit card for a shopping that you did of 1 lakh, which is gone and you've eaten it away, or the Louis Vuitton bag has got spoiled and the sunglasses have got spoiled, and whatever you spent it on, it's all over. And 10 years later, in 10 years, you would have paid 2.48 lakhs. and on your credit card and still have an unpaid amount of 10,800. That means even 10% of your credit card is still not paid. 10% of 10,000 is 10% of 1 lakh, right? So 10% is still unpaid at the end of 10 years. So credit card is for a 1 lakh purchase of miscellaneous shopping. You continue to pay for 10 years and over 2.5 lakhs without any asset in hand, right? There is no home, there is no asset which you've got, there's no gold, there's no real asset which you bought, and at the end of it you have still paid a huge amount of money on your credit card. And so it's extremely unwise to spend money on credit cards. Let me give you a real life story. Okay, so this lady is Maya. Maya, this is a real life story. Okay, so Maya, what does Maya do is Maya is lives in a village, in a small village in Maharashtra, and during COVID times, her husband lost his job. Okay, and now the family is struggling because they do not have money and they do not know how to make their ends meet. Okay, she's a village lady. So what Maya does is Maya realizes that she has a lot of gold which is lying with her. Like all of us Indian women, we love gold, and so even she has gold. And so what she does is there is a Mahila bank which is there next to her, in that village, which offers ladies loans when they give their when they put their gold on mortgage. So what she did was she went with her gold and she took a loan against it, and she went to the bank and said, can I have a loan for, I'll put my gold as mortgage there. So for that security she got a loan. With this loan she bought a buffalo and a cow. And so now what did she do with the buffalo and cow? Any thoughts? Can you put it on the chat box? What did she do with the buffalo and cow? Why did she get a buffalo and cow? Yes, you're right, for the milk, right? So now she has a buffalo and a cow and they give milk, and with the milk she was not only able to sustain her family sustenance, she is able to take care of their needs, she was also able to repay her loan and get her gold back. So she has not sold her gold. Okay, so the gold comes back to her, and because of the loan, now she has 2 more assets. What are the 2 more assets she has? Who's going to write on the chat box? What are the 2 more assets she has? Yes, the cow and the buffalo, right? And these are productive assets. These are assets which are going to continuously give her milk, which she can sell to earn income. This is a lady who has no idea about finance. She doesn't have financial literacy, but she knows how to make her money work. And it's a beautiful saying. It says, give a woman a small loan, a family will eat for a lifetime. And this is what Maya's story was. She had a good business idea despite the fact. So ladies, finance is common sense. You have to just understand how to make money work for you so that you are on the right side. Okay, you cannot, if you're on the wrong side, if you don't know how to make money, you'll spend on a credit card, you'll spend on something which will make you poorer. But if you use your money wisely, you can make or take a loan or do it very wisely. And once you understand how money works, you can make your money work for you so that you become richer and wealthier. Yes? Let's continue. How's it going for you, ladies, till now? Can I have a thumbs up if it's all going well for you? Great, thank you. What about others? Yes, superb, superb. Thank you. So let's continue. The third part of the SLIM framework is investments. And this is the beautiful one. I'm going to share some interesting stuff here. Okay, we all want investments, right? We all want to save and then we want to make our investments. Let's talk a little bit more on investments. But before that, why investments? Our investments help us to build our wealth. Agreed? Would everybody agree with me that our investments help us to build our wealth? Let's go to the next. Who knows how many years does it take for a mango tree to start bearing fruits? How many years? Any guesses? Put it in the chat box. How many years does a mango tree take to bear fruits? Any thoughts? Put it in the chat box. How many years does a mango tree take to 5? Okay. What else? 5 to 8. Okay. 3. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. 10. Okay. Yeah, sure. So whatever said and done, that whether it's 5 years or 8 years or 7 years, the fact is that it takes many years for a mango tree to start bearing fruits, and to get more fruits, the longer the tree is lasts, the more the number of fruits that the mango tree bears, right? And our investments are just like a mango tree. The longer we keep them, the more fruits they will bear for us. So let's understand this a little better. Now assume that you put only rupees 2,000 rupees every month. Every month. Okay. For 30 years, you continuously put only 2,000 rupees every month. In 30 years, you would have put 7,20,000 rupees. Okay. This means 2,000 into 12 into 30. Okay. Now you have put, assume for an investment which gives you 8% per annum. Okay. Now this is not the discussion here to say how will you get the 8% from per annum and where will you get it from, but you can definitely get 8% per annum and more. So let's, for this discussion, assume that we have put it in an investment, 2,000 rupees every month for 30 years at 8% per annum. This will, you have put in 30 years only 7 lakh rupees, 7,20,000 rupees, and at the end of 30 years, your 7,20,000 rupees would have become 29,36,000. Let's assume we put a little more. Sorry. We put in 3,000 rupees. Now, when you put in 3,000 rupees, the amount you would have put in 10 years, in 30 years is 10,80,000. Same mathematics, 3,000 into 12 months into 30 years, 10,80,000. But the amount you will get at the end of 30 years is 44 lakhs. Now, do you understand, ladies, that when you say that every small saving counts, I'm sure we can all take out 2,000 and 3,000 rupees from our normal kharchas. And with that small amount, if you put it in the right place, you have the ability to earn as much as these amounts. Let's see if you put a little more amount, 4,000 per month. But discipline is the key. Consistency is the key, right? And for 30 years, 8%, you would have put in 14,40,000 and it will become 58 lakhs. Okay, just by putting 4,000 rupees aside. We don't even come to know where we put 4,000, right? 4,000 we spend in small things. We'll spend on a dinner. We'll go out. We'll go and buy a dress. We'll go to Myntra.com or an Amazon.com and buy something. And 4,000 is just spent. Now 4,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees, if you put it in a good investment, you would have got at the end of 30 years close to 73 lakh rupees. Now, some of you will ask me that I don't have 30 years left. Fair enough. What happens if you have 10 years left? This is the number that you get here. So if you put 10 years, for 10 years, 8% at 8%, you would have put in, if you put 5,000 rupees every month, you would have put in 6 lakhs in 10 years, right? 5,000 into 12 into 10 years. And that would have grown to 9,38,000. So you see, if you see the difference, that this in 30 years, the 5,000 is becoming 73 lakhs. But in 10 years, it's becoming 9 lakhs. So it is going up from the amount you put in. You put in 6 lakh, it's becoming 9 lakh. But the amount is a little lower. And you'll see a little more here. What if you have it for 20 years? Now in 20 years, your 5,000, you would have put in 12 lakhs, but you would have got 29 lakhs. Okay, so anything what did you see in this? Can anybody unmute yourself and say that what sense did this give you? Did it give you any sense in terms of 30 years versus 20 years versus 10 years?
The time matters. The longer the time, the more the investment grows.
The return.
The return grows. Okay, very good. And why does it happen? Why is the money growing exponentially more when you see, it was just by putting 10 years. You see, when you put it for 30 years, it became 73. When you put it for 10 years, it was only 9. And when you put it for 20 years, it was 29. Why do you think this happens? Power of compounding. Yes, ladies, let's talk about this a little more. Again, let's get back to that same story of the crow and the pitcher, a little differently this time. Okay, so we again talk about the crow and the pitcher.
Can you just go back to the previous slide? I just want to understand something, please.
Yes.
So you've written that you put in 2,000 rupees for 12 months into 20 years, right?
Into 2,000 per month into 20 years. Yeah, 2,000 into 12 into 20.
So, okay. So 4,80,000 is what you put in, and at the rate of 8%, you get 11 lakhs. Okay. Yes. Okay. Got it. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Superb. So now we come to this crow and the pitcher story. In the crow and the pitcher story, the water is your wealth, and you want your water to come up as quickly as possible. Agreed? Would you all agree with me that you want your wealth and your water to come up as quickly as possible? So what will you do to get your water up quickly? The first thing is you'll put more number of pebbles, right? The more the number of pebbles you put, the water will come up quickly. So the pebbles in this case is your P or your principal or your savings that you're putting. Right now, what we just talked about, the 2,000 or the 3,000 or the 5,000, those are the pebbles that you're putting. And the more number of pebbles you put, if you instead of 2,000, you put 3,000, 3,000 become put 5,000, the more the number of pebbles you put, the pitcher becomes full faster. The next thing which happens is the rate at which you put the pebbles, right? How quickly are you putting the pebbles, right? If you're putting the pebbles very quickly, then the water is going to come up faster. And that is, ladies, the rate at which you're putting the pebbles, right? If you're putting the rate of interest, which was 8%, if it was 10%, 12%, if the rate is higher, then the amount of, your pitcher will get full faster. Agreed? Any thoughts, any questions at this point? Okay. The next thing is the T, which is the time for which you put the pebbles, right? So if you put it for a longer time, you're consistently putting it, you don't stop putting it, you don't kind of leave it in the middle and you put it consistently, then what happens is that your pitcher will get filled up faster. Agreed? Yes, no, maybe? Yes, no, maybe? Okay, yes. Okay, perfect. So if you see, we've all as kids, I don't know how many of you remember it, but as kids, as young as when you're in the 5th or the 6th standard, we've all learned this formula, which is the compound interest formula. Okay, and this compound interest formula, we've forgotten, right? We've not even thought about it. It was just something which we read and we said, "Arey, theek hai, maths pass kar liya, kaam khatam hua." But this is the most important formula. And it's the one formula, if you would understand how important it is, you will start making your money. It's as important as that, ladies. So here, do you understand that T is the power of compounding? It's compounded, right? It's exponential, which means that the moment you put your money for a little longer, your money grows much more. Okay, so let me explain it to you. Okay, I have a beautiful example and let's see this. So let's understand compound interest. What is happening? You put in your $1,000, okay, 1,000 rupees or $1,000. Currency doesn't matter, whatever your amount is, okay. You at 5%, you get 50 rupees on that. Now this 50 rupees adds to your kitty here, right? It becomes 1,050. Now on this 1,050, you again earn 5%. Right? Now it becomes 52.50. Again, it adds to this. And now this money becomes 1102.50. And the next again, you earn 5% the next year to it. Now, instead of 52.50, the amount of interest becomes 55.13. This gets added again and again and again and again till in 10 years, you have made 1628, just 1,000. You've put nothing extra. You've only left your 1,000 and it's only earning. Your 1,000 has become 1628. That means 628 rupees or dollars have got increased to your 1,000 rupees by just putting it at 5% for 10 years and not touching it. In this case, you're not putting 1,000 every month. Remember, you put it just once and khatam at a 5%. By just putting 1,000 rupees or $1,000, that 1,000 has become 1628. Now imagine this is instead of 1,000, it's 1 lakh. So this becomes 1,60,000, 62,000. If it's 10 lakh, then it becomes 16,28,000. So whatever you put in, the 5% goes on accumulating. The biggest thing in this whole story is do not take your money out. Let it keep compounding. Let it keep compounding. Interest on interest on interest. Let's go. Any questions here, ladies? Otherwise, I'll continue. I have a beautiful example. Anybody? Any questions? All good? Can I have a thumbs up if you're all with me till now? Is everybody with me? Enjoying? Bored? Sleepy? You can tell me if you're sleepy. Okay, super. Thank you. Let's continue. Okay. So this is another very important thing. And you know what? Not many people will tell you this. I can assure you that nobody, in fact, I can assure you that nobody will, because this is the biggest aha moment for all of you. Okay. So see this. I'll leave it with you for a minute to see, and then I'm going to talk about it. So just please unmute yourself. One person to say, what is this saying? Who's going to tell me what is this saying?
Does it mean that the investor one who stopped investing after age 34 makes more than the investor who's investing for 30 years?
Yes. Because this lady's money has started earning, the 5,000 is earning the interest of that 8% on 8% on 8% on 8% from so many years, from 25 all the way till 65 years. And because she started putting money earlier, she was able to make so much more money than this guy who started putting just 10 years later and is now continuously putting money. Still, he is not able to catch up.
Wow.
Now, is that an aha moment? Is that an aha moment? Now, can I get some ahas on this one at least?
Yes, yes. So the key is to start early, basically.
Absolutely. The earlier you start, and then you can actually rest in peace. Even if you rest in peace, you're like, money is making that kind of money. And those are the things Warren Buffett did. Warren Buffett started investing at the age of 18. Put money aside for yourself, for your kids, for everybody at an early age, ladies. There is nothing better that you can do for yourself or your kids if you can start putting money now, consistently, and let it grow. If you put a good chunk, and see this, small chunks of money become huge if you put it in the right investment, and just don't touch it. Is that an aha moment for all of you? Yes, thank you. Yes, yes. Some of you have said it's an aha moment. Superb. So I hope the rest of you are there and giving. Is everybody there? Can I get some thumbs up if you're all there? Thank you. Yes. Okay. I'll show you one more example. Okay. Now this time it's a boy. Now what does he also do? Same story. See, he put in $20,000 or rupees at the age of 25. Again, stopped investing at the age of 34. 10 years, आराम से खाली $20,000 डाले, or या 20,000 रुपया, 20,000 rupees, and he made $2 million. Okay, whereas this woman started putting $20,000 from the age of 30 and started putting it every year. She was putting every year. See, this guy stopped, but this girl is putting every year. And she has still not been able to catch up. Here, the rate of interest is 7%. Yes. Any questions on this? I'm sorry for the background noise. That's my dog trying to attract.
Yeah. So does it mean, Meeta, that the rate of interest will keep coming down every year? That's how it works? It's not like that?
You have to put it in an investment where the rate of interest continues to stay at that much.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, once it's 7% per annum, that means for all these 35 years, it's at 7% per annum.
Right. Okay.
Okay, then it gives you that.
Got it.
Any other question? Any other thoughts, questions, anything? Anybody wants to say anything here?
Just math, but nothing else.
This is maths. It's simple.
What
how many
age
of you?
Does that thing?
Nobody will tell you this. Nobody.
What age does this gap? I mean, is that
sorry, your voice is breaking. Can you come closer to the mic, please, Priyanka?
So, I mean, does that mean that at 75 he will have caught on?
You'll have?
He'll catch up at 75?
No, you'll never be able to catch up. Never be able to catch up. Never. The momentum that you get here, the momentum that you get here is unparalleled. Okay. So what do we need to be a good investor? Some of the qualities: determination, risk-taking, confidence, adaptability, passion, money mastery, vision, networking, lifelong learning. It's not rocket science, but it's not something which can be done so simply, right? You need to have some knowledge about it. You need to do it wisely. You need to do it with determination. You need to do it with confidence. You need to do it with passion. Now, this is a lady who actually was a Moolah lady who with time started investing slowly, and today her amount, the money in her bank is already 25 lakhs. So she obviously is one of the Moolah tribe members, and you see slowly and steadily, this is what Moolah does to you. When you start understanding how money grows, how money works, you're able to put your money in good investments. You're able to see, I always tell people, learn how to cook fish rather than eating good fish. This advisor has told you, इसमें पैसे डाल दिया, उसने बोला यहाँ पैसे डाल दिया, उसने बोला इधर डाल दो. No, you should know it's your money. You be aware of where you want to put it. So yes, ladies, SLI is done. And then you must be wondering, why are these three circles, and then where is the M? What is M? Now, okay, what are the thoughts on M? Now that you know the SLI, what is M? Put the M on the chat box. What is the M? What is the M? Come on. Maybe repeat it. It's okay if you've thought so. If you think something differently, money, okay. What else? What are the other thoughts around the M? Yes. Come. Moolah. Okay, what else? Okay. Let me not hold any more. M, ladies, is the biggest lock which opens all these things. Now, can you think about it? What is the biggest lock which opens this? Thank you so much for that. Yes, I would love for it to be me, but it's not me. I wish it was me, but see who is it. You'll realize that it's you. Is it me or is it you? It's you, ladies. Yes, it's you. It's mindset. It's your mindset which makes all the difference. Will you agree with this statement? Our biggest asset is our mindset. Agreed? Yes? Put a yes if you think your biggest asset, you agree with this statement. Yes, thank you. So why do you think mindset matters for financial independence? Any thoughts? Why do you think mindset matters for financial independence? Any one of you, if you can unmute yourself and just say what are your thoughts about why mindset matters for financial independence? Any one of you.
I believe until and unless you don't believe in yourself that you can do it, you will not be able to do it. That's all mindset is all about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Mansi. Yes, absolutely. And I would, so what we say to ourselves makes a difference to how we behave. Can you all say this to yourself loudly? You don't need to unmute yourself, but I want each one of you to say it loudly to yourself. What we say to ourselves makes a difference to how we behave. Repeat it again. What, and say it with some understanding of what you're saying it to yourself. What we say to ourselves makes a difference to how we behave. Agreed? Have you said that to yourself loudly? Hear it. You know, the power of affirmation is hugely important. Hugely important. So don't shy away from marking it in your own brains to say what you say to yourself matters. Okay. What are some of the self-sabotaging mindsets we have? Anxiety, fear, negative self-talk, procrastination, low self-esteem, scarcity mindset, disregard positive qualities that we have in ourselves. We have a fixed mindset. We are overly critical about ourselves. We have self-destructive habits, negative internal programming, victim mindset. Can some of you identify with some of these things? Yes? Can you identify with some of these things? Let's go forward. What is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is an attitude of gratitude. It's abundance mindset. It's a mindset of curiosity, a positive mindset, an enthusiastic mindset, an energetic mindset, ability to take risks, learning from mistakes. Yeah? Are you all there? You know, sometimes I start feeling that I'm talking only to myself. So I hope you're all there. Can you say yes, please, in the chat box so that I know that you're all there? You've not left me and gone. Thank you. So yes, let me talk about some mindsets that what we say to ourselves makes a difference to how we behave. Let's talk about saving. What do we say to ourselves? I don't have money. I don't earn. How can I save? My money gets over so quickly. I have so many liabilities. I don't know where my money goes. Money doesn't come easy to me. And then what will we say when we have a loan? I have so many loans. I have to pay so many debts. My debt keeps increasing every day. Will I ever be able to repay my debts? All my money gets over in repaying my loans. I don't think I will ever be able to free myself from debts. And then what do we say for our investments? I never make good investments. I always land up losing my money. I don't know how to invest. It's too difficult for me. I don't think I can. I don't have enough money to invest. I don't have time and patience to invest. How many of you say this last one? I don't have time and patience to invest. Yeah, So all these things are negative self-talk. When you've blocked yourself, where will you ever begin to start? What are the positive things you're going to now start saying from today? I am in charge of my money. I save my money. I know how to take care of my money. Money comes easily to me. I develop skills so that I can earn more. I plan and budget for my money. I know exactly where and how much I'm spending. I save before I spend. What do you talk in terms of loans? I've taken loans so that I can become wealthy. I'm fully aware of my loans. I repay my loans on time. I have a firm plan on when and how I will get debt free. I do not take loans for consumption purposes. I do not take credit card loans. And what do you say when you have to talk about your investments? I'm willing to learn and how to make my money work for me. My money is growing. I'm making my money work for me. I've made good investments. I've planned well for my future. I know how to make wise decisions, investment decisions. Yeah? Are you going to promise me that you're going to say this? You're going to change your mindset? Can you give me a promise today to say that you're going to all start thinking, be more mindful about your mindset. Give me a promise. Say promise. Yes, thank you. Promise to yourself, okay? And keep your promise to yourself. What you say to yourself matters, lady. What you say to yourself matters. Be wise in what you bring to your mind, right? What you say to yourself. So yes, that's the signature framework. S is saving, save, save, save. Loans, optimize loans to your advantage. Investments, invest in good quality assets. And mindset, have a growth mindset. Learning and implementing these 4 aspects will help you achieve financial independence. How was this for you, ladies? Was this something which was useful? Did it make sense to you? Yes, but the key, I forgot to tell you that the key is all here. The key is, what is the key? Consistency. The key is discipline. The key is knowledge and tools. The key is the right mindset. Yes? So let me ask you a question now. Okay? So these are some challenges which women, and you have to identify which one. You type in the chat box, which one do you feel out of these? Okay? One, are you tired of feeling dependent on your family members to handle your finances? 2, are you frustrated because you are unable to make your own financial decisions? 3, are you losing sleep worrying about yourself and your family's future? 4, are you constantly questioning yourself that what if your family member betrays you? 5, do you feel belittled thinking that if you ask questions regarding finances, people will judge you or say that it's not your cup of tea? Please put in the chat box which of these 5, and you can say, give multiple of them. Which ones do you relate to? Do you relate to any of these? What about others? Yeah. What about others? Yeah. What about others? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can have all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What else? I'd love for all of you to speak out, because first thing is acknowledgement. If you don't acknowledge to yourself, how will you move past that? Yes. What about others? What about others? I still need some more answers. Yeah. You're not able to take your own decisions. So yes, this is the biggest problem, ladies, that our deep social conditioning is that finance is for men. Our deep social conditioning is that women will be taken care of by men when it comes to their finances. And our deep social conditioning is that women do not need to worry about finances. Right? A lot of us have lived with that. We've seen our parents and a number of, parents, grandparents, or whoever, a lot of our, or maybe, within our immediate family or our friends, we've seen everyone say that, oh, somebody is taking care of us. Why do we need to do this? And how many of you realize that it is possible to achieve financial independence once you commit yourself to the path? Put a me if you think you can achieve financial independence if you commit yourself to the path. Some more. Yes, you can. Yes, the key is commitment. How many of you realize that you need the right mindset and the right knowledge to achieve financial independence? Again, put a me. Yes. Put a yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And then how many of you realize that the right guidance, having the right guidance and the right support will help you in your journey towards your financial independence? You don't want to get fooled by people. You want the right guidance. You want the right support. You want people who can help you and help you understand and support, be your back. Would you agree that that'll ease in your journey towards your financial independence? Put in agree if you think that it's. Yeah. So I ask you today, ladies, how many of you are action takers? If you're an action taker, put an AT in the chat box. AT. If you are an action taker, put an AT. AT. Because we're looking for action takers, right? We're looking for each one to be able to take actions. So I would want everyone here to say that I am an action taker. Or are we just people who've come here to listen to a story? Have you just come here to listen to a story, or you're action takers? Yeah. You've spent a Sunday evening, your precious Sunday evening where you could be with your family. You're here because you are an action taker. Do you dream big? Yeah. Or are you happy with what your current state is? Yeah. I'm sure you dream big. What are your dreams? Maybe visualize what is your dream. At this stage, visualize. Visualize what do you dream for yourself, for your family, for your kids, for your future. Extremely important to visualize. The power of visualization is huge, ladies. Once you start understanding that what you want, what are your dreams, what do you want from your life, you will start working towards them. And if you are an action taker and if you dream big, then I invite you. I invite you for my Finance Essentials course. The duration of this course is, ladies, 3 months. It covers the key finance fundamentals. In this Finance Essential course, there are 9 live Q&A sessions that are there with me. There are 3 quizzes and there are 3 special live masterclasses. All this amounts to 15 hours of time with me in the 3 months. You also get ROI and EMI calculators, you have a budgeting tool, and you have a lifetime of community support. Key finance fundamentals. This is delivered over WhatsApp. Okay, so it's delivered over WhatsApp, and my unique approach is to make finance simple, fun, accessible, and jargon-free. It's just a 2 to 5 minute read every day. Every day on your WhatsApp message, you will get a small post, which is a 2 to 5 minute read per day, and it lasts for 3 months. In these 3 months, every week we're going to have a live Q&A session with me, in which we're going to talk a lot more about these posts that I send you every day. So yes, there are 9 Zoom call sessions in the 12, and the remaining 3 are masterclasses. So you also have 3 quizzes which are there, 1 quiz every month. And the 3 masterclasses are on these 3 topics, ladies. The first topic is how to plan your finances in 5 easy steps. The second masterclass is how to start using credit cards to your advantage. And the third is, I'm sure all of you would love this, is how to create your wealth portfolio. Does that excite you to be able to create your own wealth portfolio, to start understanding how to use your credit cards, to start understanding how to use your money? There is also an ROI and EMI calculator. ROI is your return on investment calculator, and an EMI calculator which helps you calculate your EMIs, which you get, and you also get Moolah's budgeting tool. And of course, you get a lifetime community support. So before I say, maybe I have a few ladies here who are very, maybe Priyanka, Devna, I know you have joined Moolah recently. Would you have, and you've been here for nearly a month with Moolah. Would you want to say something about Moolah before I share the testimonials? If you can unmute yourself, what has your live experience been with Moolah, Priyanka?
Oh, hi, everybody. Yes, Devna and I, we're part of the same tribe, same group, if I may say, part of the larger tribe, of course, since almost a month now, and really look forward to the daily bits of yarn that come our way, and really enjoy it. It's almost on a daily basis quite an eye-opener, which stays with you somewhere. Sometimes you read the message and just go away, but it's in the back of your mind. It stays with you, and you come back to it maybe at the end of the day when you're getting ready to wind down and go to bed. Then it comes back to me, and you start thinking about how to make certain changes in your life. Of course, for me personally, I understand that it's a big change to make, a lifestyle, mindset, everything. But hoping that by the end of the journey, and I'm pretty sure by the end of the journey, I will make those changes. So look forward to it. And I have a notebook with questions full of them for my one-on-one sessions with you, Meeta.
Super. Thank you so much, Priyanka, for those kind words. And more power to you. Yeah, and I hope that all your goals are achieved by the time we finish our course. Super. Thank you so much. Devna, would you want to say something? Devna is another person who joined in Moolah just about less than a month back. She joined on again along with Priyanka on the 1st of September. So yes, Devna,
I look forward to my daily Gyan of Moolah, and it has cleared a lot of concepts I had about investments and about money management. So I really look forward to it. And I am already I'm already have a plan for action in terms of my savings and investing them and putting them on a path of growth. And also I am looking, I've shared my experiences with some of my friends who have expressed interest in joining, and I tell them that it's a must do for every woman who wants to be financially independent. It's a must do, and the earlier you start, the better it is to keep investing your money. So I'm planning to recommend it to, I'll put this offer to some of my friends and see if they can join next month.
Superb. Thank you so much, Devna, for those kind words, and more power to you too. So yes, ladies, I'll continue. I am going to do right now is put here on the chat the link to Moolah's WhatsApp, this Finance Essential course. If you want to enroll right now, you can do that. The link is here on the chat for all of you to see. And if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself, and I can probably just share a little more of these testimonials. This is Anya. Anya says that Moolah has been one of the best learning experiences for me. I've always felt a lack of financial knowledge and traditional curriculums at school, and I was unsure how I could set myself up for the best possible future. And thanks to Moolah's bite-sized post, easy to understand, my financial literacy grew, and now I feel confident and competent enough to take charge of my future. She's a designer in USA. Kalyani is an innovation consultant in UAE. She says Moolah is such a simple yet powerful medium to learn everything about money. It gave me confidence to take money matters in my own hands, and I'm now passing the baton to the women in my family and friends. So one sec, I strongly recommend Moolah to anyone who wants to be financially independent and manage their finances. It just takes a minute. And that's what she said. It just takes a minute. Yeah. So yes, Babita is a homemaker. She's in India and she's a science major. And she said, I found Moolah's course presented in a very simple format. The bite-sized material was gave me flexibility and it was convenient. So yes, this is what. Any questions, ladies? That's what it is. Moolah is for the women who are serious about taking charge of their money, feel secure, doers, ready to invest. Please feel free to unmute yourself if you have any questions. I am going to again share it in the chat box. And if you want to do it now, you can please use this link. I'll also be posting the link on the chat. I will be putting it on the WhatsApp group also. So every month I start a new group, and then depending on what is convenient for the group and for me, we mutually decide a date and time, and then we stick to that date and time every week. So that's something which is decided by the majority at that point in the group. And we obviously try and see that, we are able to take care of most people's expectations. And the groups are not hugely large or anything that people won't adjust, and everybody is very happy to adjust for these things. Yeah, so I think that it kind of works well. And Devna and Priyanka, maybe you can shed light, because Devna and Priyanka have been there for the last 3 live sessions, and I think it works, right? Devna, Priyanka, what are your thoughts? And they're both, Priyanka is a lawyer, so when she's working,
yes,
and beside
that works. Actually, it works pretty well. We are able to attend the weekly sessions, and we look forward to it. In fact, there was a time when I was not in at my home, and I was traveling from Delhi to Gurgaon, but I took it in the car, and I'm glad I took it.
They're pretty interesting because we have a small group, so on a weekly basis we share our thoughts and whatever, if anybody has made any progress in the week. So it's a pretty encouraging session.
Thank you. Happy to answer any questions, lady. Please feel free to ask any questions that you may have. And if you have enrolled for it, then say that, yes, I have on the chat box that you've already enrolled for the session, right? Because doers are people who do it right away, who don't wait for tomorrow. So I'm sure some of you should be already booking your sessions. Any questions, please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. We still have 15 minutes to go. Otherwise, I'm going to play this testimonial thing. And if you have any questions, I'll mute it.
I'm Anuja Savant, and I'm one of Meeta's students for the Moolah 11 class. Ever since I joined, I have been feeling very empowered, and I have this knowledge that Meeta has provided me, and I feel very secure when making financial decisions now. And although there are some days when I'm not able to keep up, it's not too hard because we get one message per day and you can process the information. You get enough time to process the information and apply it in your life in making your financial decisions. And if there is any question or if you have any doubts or concerns, Meeta is always very quick to answer and help you out. She will make sure you get your answer properly. She will spend that much time with you. So I'm very grateful that I was introduced to Moolah and Meeta, and I'm hoping to reap the benefits of it my whole life. Thank you so much, Meeta.
Hello everyone. I would like to share one small story about how Moolah has helped me. I was recently chatting with my sister, and she mentioned that an investment agent has approached her with an opportunity where if she invested 15 lakhs, that is 1.5 million rupees, into a scheme and locked in the money for 12 years, she would get a pension of rupees 1.5 lakhs per year for the rest of her life. Now, while that sounded like a really awesome opportunity, I recalled that there was a Moolah post around evaluating such investments. It was post number 103, where Meeta had explained a systematic way to evaluate these investment types. So using that tool, I walked my sister through the proposal, and I was able to articulate to her that this was just not a good investment. Moolah has really helped me become much more savvy about investments and financial matters, and given me tools to make better and more informed financial decisions for me and my family.
I'm Dr. Mugdha Ranade, ophthalmologist, eye surgeon. I was part of Meeta's Moolah 2 group last year. So I want to say why I think it's very necessary for all women to join Meeta's Moolah groups. Being a doctor, there's a saying in financial circles that if there's any bad financial product or a scam you want to run, doctors should be your first target because they don't know what to do with their money. Alright, most of us have no financial training. Even though I'm 56, I found it very necessary to join a financial forum and learn myself about financial products, simple as well as complex. And Meeta's Moolah 2 really helped me do that. Because one never knows, you might decide that you want to really dabble in a financial product, and seeing as all the information is there on my WhatsApp, I can keep this information forever and revisit it, reread it whenever I want to, even in the future. So it's very important, girls, We must get our finances in place, and knowledge is the first step, and knowledge is exactly what Moolah helps you with and Meeta helps you with. So thank you, Meeta.
Hi, I am Snigdha Kapoor and a member of Meeta Gupta's Moolah 13 group. Moolah, a forum for women's financial empowerment, has given me immense strength and understanding of financial matters. Initially, my understanding of these matters was restricted to renewal of FDs, bank statements and such like issues. But now, terms which I had only heard of have begun to make sense. Matters which scared me are no longer scary for me. Meeta's daily doses are a source of inspiration, and the clarity which one gets is indeed commendable. Surely, Moolah Group is a go-to forum for financial matters. Meeta, may your forum grow by leaps and bounds, and may you continue to empower women. Wish you luck and success.
Hi, my name is Anya and I'm a graphic designer based in New York, and I think Moolah has been an absolute blessing in my life. I think it came into my life at a perfect time as a new earner, as somebody that's looking as a fresh investor, somebody that's trying to take charge of my finances from scratch. I've always felt like we aren't taught what we should be in schools, like we're not taught about basics of finances, taxes, any of the things that we end up needing. And so I think Moolah was the perfect platform for me, and it came at just the right time. I was able to equip myself with knowledge, take charge of my finances and my financial health, and I feel like I'm so much better for it. So I recommend Moolah to everybody out there that's looking to do the same and just looking to secure a brighter, more financially secure future for themselves.
Hi, this is Rashmi. I'm going to share my moment of enlightenment with you, which happened because of this beautiful initiative by Meeta, this group called as Moolah, that gives financial awareness to women, especially women like me who spend their entire lives living in denial and not accepting the fact that finance is not a very patriarchal thing. We women equally need to participate. Despite being an architect, I'm totally dependent on people around me for the same. But with Meeta and her bite-sized, small, gradual education into this financial world, now me, Rashmi, personally is a very different and a better person. I'm thinking of securing my future now. I'm thinking of managing my finance well and being a mother of 2 daughters. I think I can bring about a change. Thanks a lot, Meeta.
Hi Meeta. So I just like to say thank you so much for this initiative that you've taken in creating this group called Moolah, and where you introduce simple and complicated financial terms in simple words and educate people like me and many others who have not had the opportunity to learn this in the past. And I can tell you, at least in my case, that it's definitely making a difference. The 5 minutes read every day is such a small nugget of information which sits in your head, and then you can just sort of think over it over a period of time, and then the next day you have something to supplement the knowledge of the previous day. So I think it's just fabulous. So please do keep up the good work.
This is Vaishali Pai. I'm an occupational therapist and a founder director of an organization called Tamaha that works with children with special needs. Being the founder of an NGO, I had a difficult task of understanding money and figuring out how to make money work. Like most people who belong to the NGO sector, I too had a love-hate relationship with the money. Because of this mindset, it was always difficult for me to learn and understand how money works in which different ways and how do you understand that. But here comes along Moolah, and I'm telling you, this was excellent. It was an excellent program. I'm really happy I did it. A small instance is that a short while ago we got some shares as a donation for our organization, and me, who has never worked on shares or any such form of investment, was pretty confident. When I opened the share market page, I knew what to look for, I could study it, I knew which day to wait for in order to sell those shares. so that the money could be converted into funding which we could use for our services. So thank you, Meeta, because Moolah really got me over the fear of handling all of these things. And I hope and wish that many other women get the same kind of bravery that I did and get over their fears and start becoming financially literate and independent.
Yes, ladies, any questions? Thank you so much